Good morning. I made it, I think. Oh, hey. Sorry, I'm going to say this wrong. Sahil? I'm really sorry. How are you doing? Morning, Kathy. Morning. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a kids show that in the Magic Mirror, I think it's called Magic Mirror. In the mirror, I see. That's kind of how it feels, where I'm like, good morning, because she would say morning to random people. I don't remember what that was called. Anybody in chat remembers? Let me know. I am running way behind, and yeah, the pain was crazy last night, so I didn't sleep well. So I needed to rest this morning. So that's why I am late. But I promised yesterday and last week I was going to do this. And I really wanted to see what the full flower moon was going to offer us. Because it is an offer, guys. Anything like anything else, it's energetical. Either we can resist it and it's something that's just there, or we can embrace it. And again, it depends on that level of, I guess, engagement is the right word. So I wanted to see what that was going to look like, because some of the stuff, it's going to be pretty dicey given all the thank you, Mercury retrograde. All the other energies in play, because we do have a lunar eclipse, which will add lots of diversity into the next couple of days. I am so glad that someone is looking forward to it. Is it I don't want to... I am very bad with the English language. We're not even going to go into the fact that it is Mercury retrograde. But is it Sahili? Siley? I'm sorry. And I apologize. I do. It's... yeah. It's been a morning, and Mercury retrograde is not playing well with my mouth or my head right now. But I'm glad that somebody is looking forward to it. And I said this on my Twitch stream yesterday. You're from Africa? That's amazing. That's wonderful. Are you still in Africa? Even if it was easy to pronounce, I sometimes pronounce my name wrong. Good morning, Midnight. So as I was saying, either it was like I might have done both. Last week's reading, my weekly reading on Friday, or my Twitch stream yesterday. If you want to get work done, this is when we're going to get it done. It's going to be amazing to really do some shifting in this, because it is a lunar eclipse. A lot more bang for your buck, if you will. So I am going to look at the reading a little bit differently. It's not going to just be my, Mercury. Thank you. Hey, it's not fuzzy anymore. Born and raised. Well, welcome. If you're still in Africa, how's it going in Africa? I can tell you in Canada, it's beautiful. My dog wanted to go for a walk, and my knees are like, yeah, and not. So, thankfully, I have family who took him out. So, right? So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to be using kind of a fun, lighter deck for the full moon. It is the flower moon, so we want that. I haven't even unpacked things. This is how far behind I am this morning. So I brought out my Wild Unknown Tarot, and it is a fantastic deck for some of that more turbulent stuff. And that's what I'm going to look into that lunar eclipse on how that's going to impact us, because it's something we don't want to minimize or avoid. Minimization and avoidance only causes problems. Oh, I dropped the book on my toes. Yep. We all have those mornings. Okay, I got all the cards out now. And I have a book on the floor. You know what? Sometimes you just have to seriously roll with it. All right, so like my other streams, I will be, I'll do this group reading, and then we will go in order of arrival / hi, I'm here for a group like for an individual reading. So you're entering the winter and it's getting cold. Your campus is near the beach. Nice. Nice near the beach. I miss the beach. I'm in the middle of the prairies. We don't get a lot of beach time. How cold does it get in your winter? Here in Canada, we were in the we range from -20 to -40 Celsius. Someone in chat can help me with the Fahrenheit. Actually, no, I remember this because when my daughter and I were in Florida, I checked because someone goes, well, what is -40 or -30 in Fahrenheit? It's 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So for my American friends, that's what I remember. So that is how I'd like to navigate this reading. And we'll see how it all rolls. Because let's be honest, it's Mercury retrograde, and sometimes you just have to embrace the Page of Cups, flexibility and creativity. All right, depending on where we are, we already may feel the full moon, or we can start to feel it kind of transcend into our area. But let's look at what the full moon offers us. Oh, and before I said the Wild Unknown Tarot, but I am using my favorite Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle. Really drawn to that fun, playful energy. I do love this deck. It is a fantastic deck. Minus snow, it's very rare, maybe once or twice a year. Oh yeah, no, I just finished getting rid of the snow. It's May. Fun story before we get into the reading. My son is born in May, the end of May. When I brought him home, it was snowing more than when I brought my daughter home 3 years before in December. It can snow, and I have recollection in my 47 years that it has snowed every month of the year in Canada so far. 5 degrees? That you know what? Everybody's, and you guys get way hotter than what we do, so yeah. Wow. Okay, so let's get into the full flower moon. What can my friends expect from the full flower moon? And remember, guys, we are in Taurus, so that is, it's kind of a nice grounded stability because Taurus energy is very stuck. He doesn't like flexibility. He's a very what's the word? Just a second. There's a word. Fixed. I was thinking glue, but that's how it feels. Fixed energy. So he does not have the flexibility that we want in most things. So that does also play into this, because the full flower moon, a lot of times we're like, oh, this is great. I can really embrace this energy. That's because of Taurus and its fixed energy with the earth. Good morning, Ellie. So how I roll it is that oh, and sorry, I missed Yorsra. How I do this is that the first person to say hi gets the opportunity, and I will read till I have no more time, and I will go down and offer everybody who's been in chat and talking with me the opportunity for a reading. So potentially, yes. All right. So let's look at the full moon first. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's going to be stuff that we're missing because of all the expectations, the demands, everything that's going on. Be aware that without embracing that very grounded energy, we are going to miss out on things. And it's going to be an easy miss because of the push and pull that we were already dealing with. And there's going to be that push and pull that's amplified. The King of Cups. Dude's on his head. That king hates to be on his head. But I'm seeing this more and more because of, well, we're becoming more aware of what energies are in play. We're becoming more aware of self. And that makes a difference. Good morning, Shauna. Oh, yes, for everybody in chat, if you are in Canada, if you are near, or you're near Montana and the Canadian border, I will be in Lethbridge this weekend at a little market. It's a beautiful market. I can't wait. Unfortunately, I missed the first market that Lethbridge had. It's called For Your Soul. And it has such a great energy. I was so sad. I had to take my daughter, I was sad because I had to take my daughter to Florida for proton therapy, but I was sad and she was devastated that we had to miss it. We flew out the Thursday before the weekend, and so she was really upset that she couldn't go to the market and then go to proton therapy. But it all worked out in the end. So we do have the King of Cups on his head. He is not a happy camper. We're not happy campers. That emotional stability is going to play into this Ace of Pentacles in reversal because we're going to miss stuff. We're not going to be in control of our emotions. We're going to be reactive and just trying to get through it. That just, I'm going to get through it attitude is going to minimize our ability for really embracing some new opportunities and that growth. Should turn the card. Love it when I do that. So it does talk about what we're not focusing on the right thing here at the Five of Cups. It's really just reinforcing that need to be present. It may not feel awesome, but when we use our tools, when we start to really embrace those abilities of ourselves to maintain groundedness. Remember to breathe. That is an easy tool. Remember to breathe. We are in Mercury retrograde. Yes, it impacts us, but more importantly, it impacts everybody around us, whether they're aware of it or not. And that awareness does impact our ability to control it, control our responses. So we get a heightened extent of Karenisms. We get that very reactive energy, and people are not being able to fully understand it. Computers are going down. The frustration is high. And some of us are like, yeah, it's Mercury retrograde. Just go with it, man. That you can't fight that retrograde. It's just like anything else. Late last year, the majority of the universe was in retrograde at the same time. And I hate it when it does that. Oh my God, nothing is working. And clients are like, what do I do? I'm like, breathe. Just breathe through it. It's like labor. You will get through this. This too shall pass. It hurts. It's frustrating. But at the end of it, you become stronger. So be aware. There is stuff that is available, but we need to be focused in on it. And that's going to be the biggest challenge, being focused in on it. All right, I'm going to add in another deck here. I want to look at the lunar eclipse. What does lunar eclipse want to share? What can we expect from this lunar eclipse? And no, not everybody will see it. It's not a global lunar eclipse. But just like Mercury in retrograde, where the majority of us don't have telescopes, we're not looking. Okay. Take them. Take the cards. Please don't throw them on the floor. We don't see that retrograde. We still feel it. Just like gravity. We don't see that either, but we know it's there. So know that it will still impact you, whether or not it is visible in your area. And they change. Unless it's like, I think it's like global, or I can't remember the actual word for it at the moment, because my brain and I are not friends this morning. Lack of sleep and minimal caffeine is not a good thing. So, I think I said at the beginning, even before I got the cards, this lunar eclipse, it's going to look at that transition, that release. So we have the death card there. I kind of like how frazzled this looks, because it's not like something beautiful. Some decks have the death card as a beautiful card. You're like drawn into it. This is messy and just in your face. That's the energy I'm getting. Lunar eclipse, unlike solar eclipse, are more kind of snappy. They have a bite to them. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Well, we know that this is going to be an important aspect and an important movement, if you will. This energy provides us with that ability to get rid of stuff. Anytime we start to release, well, that lower vibrational self goes, yeah, that's not going to happen. Oh my God, scary. And then we are like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, I'm going to put my head in the sand. I'm going to bed. I'm going to protect myself energetically, and I'm going to avoid. These are opportunities. Very rarely does the universe come in and start physically involving things unless the tower's in play. And it's not. Yay! Mother of Wands, also known as the Queen of Wands. If we have that conviction, that perseverance, that drive and willpower to say, okay, you know what? I don't care if it's scary. I got this. I've done this before. I've been able to make some of these hard decisions for myself. You will see that wheel turn, and you will start to see that things pick up for us. What we're holding on to is not helping us. We know that. We can see that. We can feel it. It is in our physical. It's in our spiritual and our emotional. We're going to be able to really feel that shift, because we're going to have that kind of space, if you will, kind of like a spring cleaning within. We're going to have more space within us to fill with the Two of Cups that brings in balance, brings in passion, brings in those new beginnings. But again, we have to be very, aware and in control. The more grounded we are, the more we're turning some of these cards. The more present and conscious we are of choice, the more we're going to be able to choose. We can work with death. We can work with the wheel. We can get it going for our benefit, for our greater good. And that's what we need right now. And I know this is going to be a challenge, but we'll do it. Let's get into this a bit more on what we can do to work with both these energies and kind of shift out of some of this funk, some of this yuck. We don't want to be in this frazzled, upside down, topsy-turvy energy that the majority of us are feeling. And it's not by any fault of our own. It's not like we chose to do this. However, we can consciously choose to get out of it. Okay, let's look at what we can do. How can we really take the bull by the horns and work with all these energies? Taurus, the full flower moon, the lunar eclipse. And yes, there is another in play. there is a meteor shower. It's called the, just a second, the Eta meteor shower. The Eta Aquarids meteor shower. And I said that totally wrong. English is not going to be my first language today. Roll with something else, I think. Swahili, maybe? I can't speak this morning. I knew it was going to be one of those streams when I was like, having a morning. But we have to persevere, even when things are upside down and topsy-turvy. So there's that in play. How can we work with this? How are we going to best be able to serve our needs and still be able to function throughout the rest of the week? And know that the meteor shower is in play. The meteor shower runs from one date and it expands to another date. Friday, Saturday is like the height of the meteor shower. This is in reversal, but it's a good thing. Bringing in some light and some joy. Now the Sun card in tarot, it means what it means. There's only a couple of them. And the two that I always refer to is the Sun. It's that joy, it's that light, it's that love. The only other card that I can think of that really only has like the very simplistic meaning is the Three of Swords. It's that heartache and pain, right? Even in reversal, the Sun, it's doused a bit in its power, but think of a nice warm day in the summer when the clouds are out. There's still warmth there. There's still light. It's just not as vibrant. And that is the best way I can describe the Sun in reversal. So no, we're minimizing it because we're not in control. The more we start to focus in on those positive aspects, starting to look at, okay, I want to get rid of that and embrace that. Conscious choice. A, you are being present and you're asking for it. And B, you can start to go, okay, well, so how do I do that? Easy ways to do it, especially as a lot of these things are in the evening during sleep, is through some sleep work. Ask the high vibrational beings to help you get rid of it while you sleep, helping to heal you, bring in stability, bring in groundedness. Use your words. They have zero problem hearing us because we're a lower vibration than they are. Just like we have no problem hearing our low vibrational self, that ego self that's like, yeah, no, you can't do this. No, you suck. We've never had a problem not hearing that. We just have to ask. We have to use our words to bring down the law of free will to bring them in. This is the Five of Pentacles. Talks about that instability, that inner conflict. I said earlier, our ego is not going to like this well. It is going to be like, oh, no, 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 no. Why would we want to release all the hard work I've done? Why would we want to change that? Growth? No. So making sure that you're aware that it's not going to be, okay, I'm going to just make that decision. I'm going to be conscious and it's going to be, that's all I have to do. Be aware you will second guess yourself, minimize, avoid as much as possible because of, well, what we're looking at, that shift. Focusing in on important aspects, taking control of self, that emotional self. How do we do that? Like I said earlier, remember to breathe, take breaks, use your tools. So if you're feeling really unstable, disconnected, destabilized, work with your root chakra. Breathe into your root chakra. I have a wonderful meditation on my channel here that is just solely for your root chakra. I've got many, many grounding healings and meditations. Take your pick. Helps you gain control of that breath, helps ground you, stabilizes you, and starts to turn some of this chaos, some of this instability. All my stuff is guided, it's all of guided meditation healing. I'm not a monetized channel, so it's free. There are no strings attached. It's just tools for you guys. But no, you will have inner resistance. Sleep work, I'll go back to that, is going to be an easy way to start to do some of that release with the least amount of resistance. Because you're not in control of it. You're asking the high vibrational beings to come in, support you with that release. I'd also add in healing, just because wherever this was, physically, emotionally, spiritually, it's gonna have a hole and it's gonna hurt. And you're gonna be like, oh, ooh, ouch. Bring it in. They'll help. And then wake up, and I would really encourage a shower in the morning just to help shake it all off. And I also usually encourage, as you're doing that, ask them to come in and help you. It's not weird. Just say, help. Clean me, body, mind, and soul for my greater good. And just visualize that gunk coming off. We are not allowing our ego to get into the mix there. We're asking for help. It's easy. Things that we're already doing. A, we should be sleeping. B, we should be bathing. Just asking for some help so you're not adding more into your day. Hey, the 12th eye. I've got a list. I will go through after I'm done my reading, and I'm almost done, and we can check into who would like a reading. We've got more overturned cards. Page of Pentacles. Pages, of course, that childlike, innocent energy. That pentacle, well, it comes in and it's all about that stability and growth. It's that exploration, asking those hard questions. So taking that time to reflect into self, being aware, working with the wheel, bringing in that sass. The Queen of Wands, or the Mother of Wands, is one of the most sassiest, well, she is the sassiest queen, one of the most sassiest cards in the deck. But it is all about that ownership. And that's the big word. If we're going to have one word for this whole lunar eclipse, full moon, meteor shower, it's that. It's that ownership. And finally, the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, again, new beginnings, but it talks, unlike the Ace of Pentacles, which talks about growth on that physical level, can, yes, and usually does include that monetary and financial aspect. This talks about fulfillment, that passion base. And it's interesting that we started with a 1 and ended with a 1. And angel messages. Ones mean to listen to you and trust your abilities. You've got this. We just need to start to take some control and some breathing, because the only card that is upright in the full moon reading is the 5 of Cups. Should also mention we do have double 5s with the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. Angel reading or angel messages there. Unlike tarot, the angels are telling you something good and positive is coming your way, but stay true to your plan. Stay true to your path. The one thing that is missing in all of this, and sometimes it's that void that speaks louder than what's actually there, is the swords. We have cups, pentacles, we have wands, but we don't have swords. We have major arcana. This is about using that third eye thinking center, because we do need to use our abilities. We need to plan forward. We need to be aware that we may not be present. We may not be conscious because we're in that survival mode. Survival mode won't help us here. Survival mode will get us through it, but we will miss this amazing opportunity for shifting, for that change that we want. When we work with the energies, it's going to be much easier. Less extra stuff for us. It's just another tool that we can use. All right, let's look at what's going to minimize the challenge and start to help you guys overturn some of these not cups, but cards. Is it just the one? Interesting. One oracle card. Usually there's many of them. Ground and center. I can see why it's just the one. But grounding and centering, so important, because when we are in control of, well, we feel stable, we feel good, we feel in control of self, we are able to remember to breathe and stay in control of our emotions, not be reactive, not be causing us more problems. We are able to look at how is it we release best. And if we don't know, looking at, okay, where can I get that information? Again, we are missing the swords, and that absence screams right now. So take control of it. What do you need to do for you to start to have that ownership, that sass? It doesn't matter what gender we identify with. We all have that inner self, that sass, that well of being, to turn stuff over. Start embracing these new beginnings, embracing the balance of the cups, starting to feel more connected, because we got to remember there is a lot of joy going on, just not seeing it. It's there, but we're like, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm so busy, there's so much going on. So making sure that we are taking that time for us, that we're making time to, well, do some work that we need to do for us. Please remember to take it slow and steady. We don't need to rewrite the wheel here. Adding more burden will just keep these cards overturned. It's going to really bog down that wheel. We want to work with this stuff, not cause ourselves to be more labored. So like I said, just add little things in your tools. What helps maintain that groundedness, that stability, that clear head? Do you use crystals? Well, which ones would work for you? Do you use something like essential oils? Meditation? What tools do you need to be successful? Because it will depend. It's an individual piece. Just like an artist who will have a favorite paintbrush, we have a favorite tool as well. We need to bring it out right now. Again, using that thinking center. Okay, my friends. That is the full moon and the lunar eclipse. Now, I will open the floor to free readings, and I'm going to do it in an order of people saying hello. I feel that's the easiest way. Unlike Twitch, where I do readings on my Twitch channel as well. There's a queue thing. There's nothing like that on YouTube. I think that's why I've never really done this on YouTube, or I hadn't done it a lot, because the queue is a challenge. My friend from Africa, can I call you Sai? Because I'm not sure how to pronounce your name properly, and I don't want to butcher it because I feel bad. You are very welcome for a reading. Then I have UHURU, Kathy, Midnight, then Ellie, and then Shauna, and then I think there was, the 12, and then 12 Eyes. Anybody who comes in after that, I can't guarantee that I'll get everybody done. So, Sai, you'd like one? Just let me know what question you have. And I do have a third deck. So I do have the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is it's very black and white. And all my cards, all my decks are based on Rider-Waite, so it doesn't matter. They all have the same 78 cards. That's the Wild Unknown Tarot. It's black and white with a smidge of color. I have the Everyday Witch. Bright and colorful, very friendly deck. Not that they're not friendly, but the pictures are very friendly. And then I used this yesterday when I was on Twitch. I have the Shadowscape. So I can look into your relationships, into your romance stuff. I can't look into his stuff because that's a breach of his confidentiality. But I can look at your relationships and how that's going to go, like your romantic relationship. As you're writing that, UHURU, if you also want a reading, please let me know what question you have and then which deck you'd like. And you can all do that, and I'll just scroll up in chat. Wrong scrolling thing. Okay, do you have a deck that you would prefer, my friend? I am just getting something here. Here we go. So for those who aren't on my Twitch channel, I do have a Discord. That's my Discord. And my Twitch, I'm not under Mystic Star. I am under Geeking Goddess, and I will get you my channel. Here it is. Because I do other stuff. I like... I'm not a TV person. I'm more of a gaming person. So I like cozy games. I do cozy gamings. I do art. Kind of do a lot of stuff. Okay, so Midnight, I don't even know how to make you a mod. I'll have to look into that if you oh, never mind. I think you're a mod now. Or I'm a mod. No, I'm now modded. Just one sec. Please hold. No, I think you have the ability to mod now, my friend. So for those who are not aware, Midnight is a mod on my YouTube channel, or my Twitch channel. So she, I love it. She's amazing. I think that worked. Let me know. Sai, did you pick a deck? You've got your single. I don't know what the ride away means. Oh, yes, you are, my friend. You have now a little wrench. Or you've taken up mechanics. Let me know. Yeah, UHURU, if you can let me know which deck you want and your question. Sai, if you can let me know what deck. I love organized chaos. It's just, it's a Wednesday. It's fantastic. Yeah, I got up this morning, I'm like, I've got to get onto YouTube. Yeah, threw myself into a shower, and then here I am. The black and white one? Perfect. We can definitely do that. And just for everybody's, for a bit of a streamline, so if you, UHURU, if you want to, a reading, let me know your question and your deck preference. Same with Kathy, Midnight, Ellie, Shauna, the 12th Eye. Hey Charlie, I'm right now taking your order, if you will. I can read for about an hour before I have to go. But I'm just asking people to tell me their question, and then also which deck they want. I do have the Everyday Witch Tarot, the Shadowscape Tarot, and I'm going to use the Wild Unknown with Sai here to look at her relationships now. I do apologize for the wait. All right. Your team is screaming at me already. So right away, I'm feeling a lot of heaviness. I don't know if it's past relationships for you or if it's just there's a lot on your plate right now. I'm just feeling a lot, all of a sudden, pressure on my chest. So I don't know what that means for you, but I will let you know. I am an intuitive reader, and my team knows that I check into not only just the imagery or understanding of cards, but what's happening if there's a change, because I can tell you that came in at the minute I started focusing in on this. And the Two of Pentacles does, it's in reversal. It too is really kind of confirming that there's an instability, there's something there. The Four of Cups reversed. Now this is the card or the deck that, I was right the first time. The card where you have that fellow under the tree and he's got his arms under his chest and he's like, oh my God, is this it? But he's missing the Holy Grail that is floating right at his head. There's something missing there. We have an upright card. Yay! And, oh, this is the Eight of Cups. Or sorry, the Eight of Swords. I don't know why I said cups. I think I was looking at the funny rat thing. The first thing that comes to mind as I'm pulling out these cards, first of all, the Eight of Swords is always about that feeling penned in, that stuckness. It's usually on the emotion of past experiences, the fear, the panic, the heartache. This one's the card with the lady that has she's blindfolded and all bound up and there's swords all around her. It's that card. But right away, I'm seeing this is a cocoon of a monarch butterfly. And we have this really beautiful high contrast butterfly with that infinity symbol. Talks about you not giving up on you. We need to deal with kind of this instability, this heaviness, this pressure on your chest. That's going to be an important piece. We need to address that first. Three of Wands. Three of Wands talks about movement. The one thing about, I know you asked about your relationship and what he thinks. Well, the important piece here is going to be you. You need to have that passion. We need to see these butterflies start to flutter and take flight for you. So whether or not he's into you or whether or not that relationship is going to be something that is a long-term piece for you, I think that, and you said you were looking forward to the full moon and the lunar eclipse. Use this time to start to release some of this, regain stability, allowing you to stand up in your own self, in your own beautiful power, that infinite well of you. So know that once you do that, even if he isn't, and you're going to know because his true colors will start to come forward too. There's always that honeymoon stage. You can make that choice, but know when we start to allow these butterflies to come forward and we start to release some of this, we start to grab hold of that Holy Grail, which is interesting because that first reading, we had the Two of Cups. Now we have the One of Cups that we need to be really paying attention to. That Holy Grail, that balance in the two. both are interlinked in your readings, because that reading was for everybody. Well, for you, that cup is really highlighted. And so when you do that, you're going to start to see that your energetical signature, that vibration that we all admit, it's just like how sometimes we can, we walk by somebody and we're like, oh, I know you. And you're like, you actually have never met before, but it's that energy that you're connecting to. And that's what we want. We want that energy. So even if he isn't the right person, right now, what your team is being very clear about, past stuff, that past heaviness that's weighing here needs to be released. You need to raise your your signature to attract what you need and what you want. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm missing stuff in chat. I am so sorry. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of relationship stuff. So I cannot breach other people's right of free will. I cannot dive into, oh, what does he think of me? I can look at your relationship. So I can look at how you can strengthen your relationship or how you need to go forward for you, if that makes any sense. You're welcome. Let me pull you an oracle card just to help kind of bring in some more, because the rainbow here, just one second, I can't shuffle and point. I don't have that third arm. It's amazing how that works. But as you can see, there's a rainbow in the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. Those are going to be important. It's that step up. So the rainbow here and the rainbow here. And interestingly, this talks about the Holy Grail, which is 1. We have 2, then 3. Back to the 4. Take it slow, my friend. Don't try and rush stuff. Inspiration and courage. I like the warm colors here. So, don't give up on you, basically. Having that courage, that determination to really embrace you. Love you right now. So one thing, we always want to know right now. We don't like delayed gratification. We need to be in full understanding right away of what we want. Sometimes we need things to naturally unfold. Give yourself time, especially this latter part of this week, to do some of this work. You will feel stronger, you will feel better, and you will really, you'll feel that shift in a good way. Do you have any other questions? Okay, more in chat. Yusra, you were next. Did you ask me a question? Yes, you did. No. Yes. Okay, so Yusra, did you want just a general relationship reading? Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I love when people from all over the world connect in. This is the one thing I can say. Actually, I can say more than one thing. But back in 2019, in October, I was doing some stuff around Samhain or Halloween. And I kept hearing, oh, it's going to be a foundational decade. It's going to be fantastic. I'm like, woo, foundation. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, I did not know what that meant. Sometimes they're not really super clear, just FYI. Anyway, I also was getting the word connection. And I was really excited about that. And I thought maybe it was connections for supporting some of my clients. I didn't understand. And now I get it. Not only did the last 3-4 years help really shake some foundations free, helping people to see things a little bit differently, but we are now connecting more than we ever did. User, are you still there? Serving once. Another thing that I don't enjoy about YouTube is I can't tell who's around. Okay. So Kathy, you wanted because I know that the middle deck has been the Everyday Witch Tarot. You've got it. Ellie, are you okay with doing a general relationship read? And did you have a deck? Strengthening our connection. Yeah, if you are already in a relationship. Yeah, I know, Midnight. I can't either. I'm gonna use a few more minutes. If not, I will go on to the next person, just for people, which is Kathy. Which is just for flow, and I can connect in with her if she comes back in. So, okay. So Kathy, you wanted the middle deck. Ellie, the first deck, you wanted this one I've got here, the Shadowscape Tarot? Oh, your friends. Okay. All right. Well, Kathy, I'm going to go on to your reading because I don't know if she stepped away from her computer or they stepped away. So let's go on to Kathy. Kathy, you had said that you wanted the middle deck. Your path forward, job and happiness. Nice. Kathy, do you have a pendulum? It looks like it's a rose quartz. It's a pink one, a light pink one. So all of these, I will warn you, Kathy, are upside down. I can tell just by the pattern on the card. But that doesn't mean a bad thing. It just means that I think this week is going to be really, really helpful. So the first one is the King of Pentacles. We've got Midas touch. And the first thing that catches my eye, we have this bull. Taurus is super important for you right now. We need that stability and that groundedness. And I'm not sure that you're feeling that too well. 1 second. Turn that off for a sec. Nope. Okay. So be aware that either you're going to be attracted to, keep your eye out, or someone's going to give you a pendulum. I'm not sure if you've seen a pendulum. I'm not sure I have my pendulum. If you've got kids, you'll know what I mean when I say sometimes they come in and borrow things. Yeah, I can't see it right now. But a pendulum, it's kind of, it looks like almost like a triangle-ish type crystal piece. It's going to be it looks like rose quartz, which is a light pink crystal on a chain. And it's just a divinational piece. So be aware that that's going to be coming forward and it's going to be important. But if you don't have it, just keep your eye out for it. Or someone will gift it to you. But please do not wait for someone to gift it to you. If you see something that you're attracted to, and if anybody's looking to find crystals, if you go to if there's a bin or a box or a shelf of crystals and you're like, ooh, if you're not sure which one's speaking to you, take your hand and run it over, and I would say your dominant hand, run it over the crystals, and when you feel warm and tingly in your hand, it's the one, okay? But that's going to be important. So is Taurus. That bull is really important. I don't know if Taurus is in your zodiac, in your birth chart. So if you haven't checked into your astrological birth chart, we are more than just our sun sign. That sign that, I was born in, May, and at the beginning of May, it's Taurus. The end of May, it's Gemini. We also have a moon sign and a riser or a sender. I'm not sure if it's there. So know that even if it's not, that stability and that very fixed energy is super important, and is going to help with what's to come, help you feel less monkey brain, like less swirly. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. Like I said, they're all in reversal. Some decks you can't tell if they're upside down or not. This one you can. So the Four of Pentacles, it talks about what you think. Four in tarot is always about stability. So we're feeling really unstable, and we're cocooning self. Cocooning self physically. And I won't lie, a lot of us have had a really harsh winter. So that cocooning was not like, oh, I have to protect myself. It's like, ooh, it'd be cold outside and slippery. Be aware that that can cause more problems than what's good for you. We want to be protective of self. We want to have that stability and that growth. But right now, that balance is off. We don't have that sanctuary, that stability for growth. So we're getting some hiccups. And again, I go back to that bull. Bring in that energy. And you can easily do that by calling it in. You don't have to do anything special. When you're going into sleep, you can ask your team, and everybody has at least one guardian angel since conception. And then people average about 2 to 3 guides. Right now you have 3 that are with us. And our guides, they come and go. They usually start in and around 6 months of age, and then very rarely do I see a guide that goes from 6 months to the end of life. The only time I've seen that recently in this lifetime is with children. My daughter has cancer, and I've been in oncology, and they were going for that stretch. But you know that we have that support. Ask them to help you. Ask them to help you, especially like I said in the original reading. When you go to bed, as you're getting ready, you can just in your head, you don't have to say it out loud. You can if you want. Ask them to help you connect into that Taurus energy. Bring it forward for you. They will. Across the board, sweep on Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. I'm not sure if there's a family rift or a family challenge right now, or you're worried about a family member. Talk to them. Talk to your family, connect in. And so I know many people do not have the best relationship with their birth family. If you do, fantastic. If you don't, it's whatever that family is. And with the astrology, like with your high vibrational beings, they see family as people who are meaningful for you, who are there to support you. I don't have a sister by birth, but I have friends that are, well, they've been with me forever, and we get each other. They are part of my family, but I kind of adopted them in. So those people are included as well. So be aware that there's something there, and it may be at the back of your mind. Take some time to reflect in, because it's all kind of incorporated in this instability, where with Midas here, we do have that ability for great growth. However, and this is growth on that financial and monetary piece. And with your job, you talked about, like, we're looking at your job and your future. Well, we do have that growth, both that monetary and physical aspect, but more than that, because Midas, he transcends so many different areas, but we really focus in on that physical, because when we grow in that physical, we grow spiritually, we grow emotionally. So it is very intertwined, especially here. We need to start to stabilize what's going on with that. Either it's a disconnect, someone's not feeling well, something's rumbling in your familial, that center, that's that very tight cluster, which is causing some of this reaction and kind of instability. So start using your tools, because there is great growth. There's lots of amazing pentacle energy here. And I would be surprised if we didn't see in your birth chart at least one or more, when we looked at the whole chart, the importance of the pentacle of earth in your chart, because it is so heavy on earth. Does that make sense, Kathy? Do you have any other questions for me? I know you wanted more financial stuff, but it feels like everything's kind of, well, literally on its head right now for you. It's not a good time to make big decisions. That's why we don't have the swords here, but it doesn't feel like that's a big part. It's more kind of stabilizing the stuff around you. And I feel like the Four of Pentacles is really, that's why we're doing that. It's that, ooh, reaction. Okay. Air magic. I said there were no swords. Which swords are connected into air. Use your head, my friend. You don't have to go and do woo woo and be like, do like a spell or use air magic. Air magic, well, air is about knowledge. So use your frontal cortex, your thinking center, your third eye. No matter if we're working in that woo woo with the third eye and really seeing things more clearly, but we can use our thinking center. Our third eye is much more than clairvoyance. It's much more than that. It's more than that psychic ability. Does it pertain to it? Absolutely. But it's our thinking center. So use that thinking center to your advantage right now. Just be mindful not to overthink yourself. Because again, we're really good at that. They're saying that leaps and bounds like a superpower for you. So please don't overthink it. Thank you for letting me read for you. Oh, and this little glittery dust, don't be surprised if you see more of that. Yes, the sun is out more, but you're going to see that sparkle. Pay attention to that sparkle. It's important. Okay. Let's go on to Ellie. You wanted the shadowscape. Am I missing anybody? I don't think anybody else has said anything. Yusra, I don't know if you're still in chat. I jumped you because you didn't respond to me. If you're there, please let me know. Going back. I definitely like the doing readings on Twitch. It's so much easier for me. And my amazing mods. Shauna, Midnight, I don't know if you guys wanted readings. Chalet, if you're still there. Or is it Shelly? Chalet? Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize. I should have that somewhere. Words are hard, especially during Mercury retrograde. All right, let's clear these cards. Ellie, you still around, my friend? And you wanted a relationship read just to look into it, you and your friend, to see where that's at and how you can kind of improve that. You want one too? Okay. Shauna, why don't I do Ellie, and then you can let me know what you want and which deck you want, just so we're not sitting waiting. After Shauna, I think I'm gonna Shauna will be my last for today. That way, I'm not just like ooh, doo. All right, and I have the Wild Unknown, the Everyday Witch, and then I'm going to be using the Shadowscape, so you can choose, Shauna. All right, let's look at this. Your relationship and that romantic side. And I know that's an important part. We're social creatures. And Allie, I don't know if you do a lot of laughing, but you need to, if you don't, it's important. Laugh, they keep, I keep feeling that need to giggle. How you can go closer with your friends. Okay, well, just look at that relationships in general and see how you can strengthen them. But laughter and that need to, because laughter is such an amazing game changer. It really shifts us out of funk and into high vibration quite quickly. But yeah, I'm getting that sense of giggling a lot, and I think that's an important part for you, or an important element that's missing. So I don't know if these are upside down or right side up. Upside down, the sun. Like I said in my other reading, the sun is one of the very few cards in tarot that kind of has minimal meanings. It means joy. It means happiness. But it just means that it's a little bit, just like how on a cloudy day during the summer, it's nice and warm still. You can still feel that warmth. You can feel that the sun on our shoulders and our head, but it's not as intense, which is sometimes okay. We don't want full-blown anything. The more we acknowledge, and that goes back to that giggle, the more we acknowledge that high vibration, the better. Oh, okay, so that could be, it could be just, and it could also just be reminding you to have a bit of fun, not to overthink things. Okay? So that's a piece. Right? 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups, of course, is that reminiscing card. I love this card. It is so cute. They're having a little tea party. I think it's just adorable. And it is about that reminiscing. Bring in that fun. Bring in that play. Interesting. The 2 of Wands. It's in reversal. So it's kind of like a reversal sandwich here. 2 of Wands talks about decisions. Talks about that passion. I'm getting more that it's more about you overthinking and questioning that, well, that laughter, that passion, that fun. Take a pause. Breathe. And enjoy. Stop overthinking. We need to, I know we like to define relationships. The best way to go forward in any and all of your relationships is to stop overthinking them and just enjoy that time with them. Have that giggle, enjoy that energy, and allow it to naturally unfold. And the pathway isn't clear because there's too much muddying of overthinking and second guessing and wanting to push things in a certain direction. Allow them to unfold. Allow your passions and your joys to come forward in your day. Your vibration will naturally rise. Whether or not he is going to be a relationship that goes forward into and crosses into that romantic area, he's an important part in your life right now. And this transcends all your relationships. Let that inner passion come forward. Let that creativity flow. We have the 2 of Wands here and the 6 of Cups. Cups are an intuitional creativity, whereas the Wands are that passion-based creativity. On top of the sun, it talks about that joy, that happiness, that creativity. Let it flow. Let it out. And you'll be surprised at how things will shift for you. Overthinking, second guessing, it's kind of a human's evil superpower that we have. We're going to talk ourselves out of a good thing in seconds. Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's go into an oracle. But yeah, bring in the giggling, bring in the fun. Let yourself relax. That's another page. Just and enjoy. All right. He came back, grounded and centered. These energies are really pushing and pulling us right now. Really great idea to make sure that we do have that grounded, centered energy to let things flow. Ways that we can improve our grounded and centered energy is through creation. It can be arts and crafts if that's meaningful for you. I have people when they create, it's like cooking or baking, or I have welding. I have friends who do welding. I have friends who are computer programmers, and their keyboard is their masterpiece. Do you have any questions, Ellie? Does that make sense? And Shauna has lots to say here. Let's see. How do you other son? How many more? Citrus. Okay, so it sounds like there's lots going on for you and your son. I can look into that relationship, and as he's your son, I can. So romantic relationships and adults, I can't go forward, but we can look into that, into what's going on for him, because he is your child. And depending on, and because I know his age, I know that he's still under age of consent or whatever. It varies. I've had clients there where we were like, oh, it's my child. And I'm like, yeah, your child is my age. But they still let it go. So, yeah. Did you tell me what deck you wanted, Shauna? You're very welcome, Ellie. You're very welcome. But giggling, it's important for you. Yeah, definitely. And I get the confusion, Ellie. But what I would say is that don't try and force things. Nothing about that said force. It talked about fun. It talked about play, balance, creativity. Just have some fun with them. Definitely. I'm not picky. Okay, I love the Everyday Witch Tarot, you know that. So yeah, we can definitely do that. And I think it would connect more into his energy. Is he still not feeling well? Because I'm getting, like, it hurts here all of a sudden. And then I'm also getting ear stuff. And I don't know, the ear stuff could be Mercury retrograde. But is he still not feeling well? The King of Swords. Okay, yeah, he still has a cough. And I'm wondering if, I don't know what, like, the virus, they ever say, oh, this is the virus of, X point Z point 4512. It feels like there's a lot more where it's, it feels heavy for me. So I don't know if he's dealing with stuff on his own or not. I know this is not going to make sense to chat, but it will make sense to you, Shauna. Did you anchor him like you anchored your other son? So we have the King of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and this really feels like where he's at. He feels like there's lots, like it just feels like he's got lots going on the inside for him. And I'm wondering if you did anchor him, if it isn't a good idea to to look at that anchor and see if it's still healthy, or if it's time to let him connect into what you anchored him for. And the Four of Cups. So honestly, this feels like him. This feels like you. You're overanalyzing the situation, but we're missing a very important piece. It is not as black and white as you feel it is. And with kids, it is never as we think it is. And I don't know, it kind of feels like something is trying to emerge for him. Yeah, something feels like it's trying to come forward, and he doesn't know how to deal with it. And at the same time, it feels like he's trying to be bigger than what he is. He's trying to take control of it by himself. And if I remember his age, it feels like that independence is very important to him. He also knows how busy you are with his brother. And it doesn't feel like sister's coming yet. So, but he knows that subconsciously and consciously. So that's kind of where we're at. And I won't lie, your ex is like, stay. Because A, he knows it's triggering you, and B, he feels like he's got that control. So, Shauna, I do know you. I've met you before. We've worked before. Anyway, but it does feel like something's emerging for him, and it feels very I don't know if it was the illness that he's still dealing with, but it does feel like there's something that's just kind of vibrating on the inside for me. Okay, so what I would suggest, especially as we have the full moon coming in, whether you and your coven, you and your even just you, do some work over this full moon energy to help clear him out. Because he is your son, you have the ability to make sure that you can clear him forward. It's a secret, no one knows. No one knows or can read in chat that, hey, I can't wait to see you on the weekend, right? Like, I'll be at that market. Oh, sorry, Nidhi, I didn't see you come in. Welcome. I actually have closed the floor. I do have to take my dog out before he explodes. And I need to fill up my cup, both physically and metaphorically. I will be live on my Twitch channel tomorrow doing readings, and I'll be live again on Friday for a short time. It won't be as long as today because I do have to get ready to travel to the market. So clear him out. I would also suggest asking for some help to clear you, to bring you peace. Okay? Don't overthink this. This is not as black and white as you think it is. It is more about what's going on for him, and he doesn't have the words, but he is trying to take it all on his own. Okay. Perfect. Thanks for dropping by. Check out some of the supports I have. I've got lots of stuff going on my channel. The one thing I can say about Twitch Live is that it's not as much, it's not as easy as YouTube Live is not as easy as Twitch, because Twitch has, I have a little box and people can just sign in and join, Whereas here, I have to go back into chat, or I need a mod to tell me who's next. It's, yeah. All right. So the oracle cards. Tears of joy and sadness. My friend, take the good with the stuff that's triggering you. Because it's not bad. It's just, it's triggering you. Look at that trigger. And I've done this, I've had to do this work with a lot of people who have shared custody. It's not the parenting that you thought it was going to be, nor do you have with your son. It's different. So that different does trigger us. It's about being okay with that different and really making it work. Fueling him and helping him to be who he needs to be, while at the same time taking care of yourself. Should have turned the card. Accepting love. Know that kids change and they grow. That whatever virus he was physically dealing with did take a hit globally for him. But this emerging piece, I'll do some reflection on it and see if they can tell me more, or if it's something that he needs to figure out on his own. I know you said you're coming to the market, and I can let you know more there. But accept love. Share love with self. Get some extra snuggles. And ask for the help. Because like I said, you need to clear you so it's not so, oh my God, because you're missing points. You're missing key pieces that help you with parenting him and really connecting in with right now. Any other questions? Although you're going to see me on Saturday, you can ask. But thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for joining me. Does anyone else have any final questions? Like I said, I will be live on my Twitch tomorrow, kind of around the same time, give or take. It's going to just depend on how my night goes. I won't lie that the nighttime is not good for the pain. So, and then I go as long as I can. Oh, fantastic. Are you going to be a vendor? Are you a vendor? So I haven't looked at the vendor list. I won't lie. It's been so, no. Oh, you're volunteering and just helping Deidre out? Hi, Rose. Sorry, I missed that you joined. Hi. I'm actually just ending off. Hey, Sasha. I actually don't have a list that's open. I was just wrapping things up. I will be live on my Twitch channel. Do I still have my Twitch? And I'll be doing, yeah, it's there. I'll be doing readings on my Twitch channel, which is not under Mystic Star because I do a lot of other stuff than just readings. But I will also be back on YouTube on Friday. I'll do a weekly exploration and then I'll be doing a reading. I'll like opening up my readings. Also, with my readings, whoever starts to chat in chat I go through the list. Do you want a reading? Some people just want to hang out and enjoy the energy, get tips, tools, just connect. Oh, yeah, I heard that the Pagan Society or the Society of Pagans was going to be there. So absolutely. Fantastic. All right. Sorry, Sasha. I can try, if you join me tomorrow on Twitch or on YouTube Friday, I can definitely do that. Hey, Jasmine. I'm actually saying goodbye to everybody, but my Twitch channel is in chat. I will be there live tomorrow. I will be live on Friday, and I will be opening things up even more as May and June come forward. All right. So I want to thank everybody who joined me, who asked questions, who participated. It's so much more fun to do this reading this way. I can't wait to look into what the week ahead has in store, because Friday is going to be very interesting with the full moon. And then opening it up for everybody I will see everybody who joins me on Thursday for my Twitch live. But thank you for joining me. I will see you guys soon. And I hope that you guys are able to really embrace the full moon and, well, get things shifted. Feel more empowered. Start to turn stuff to your advantage. Until tomorrow, my friends.